Right, hi guys. Today's project's been a pretty, well, I thought it was going to be a straightforward one. It was pretty straightforward, but I've just swapped out this front skid plate. So from stock it just comes as black plastic nylon. It's pretty robust, but I just feel like it doesn't look great at the front of the car. And also, over time it's going to get pretty beaten up. So, did a bit of searching around. A company called GTB. I'm not sure why it's that way up, because technically it should be that way up, but when you install it, the logo's upside down. Maybe they're expecting to have more PR when the car's on its roof. Anyway, GTB black. You'll see underneath it's got some quite nice alloy detailing to it underneath, which you don't really see. But matte black matches in really well with the matte black roof that I installed in the last video. So installing is pretty straightforward. Tools you'll need. Get yourself some needle nose pliers to remove the body clips. You will need to remove your body clips here, and your body clip here, and your body clip on top of the nose, just so you can lift up the body, the top body, which will then enable you to remove the front nose piece. Technically you don't need to remove the front nose piece, but you've got a couple of bits and pieces I'll come on to in a second. You also need a couple of Allen keys, 2.5mm for the top screws, those ones there, just focusing, these ones here at the top, and a 3mm hex Allen key for the screws that are underneath here and here. So the screws, it depends whether you built this kit yourself or whether you bought it ready-made. Obviously if it's a HPI genuine Baja like this one, then you probably won't have bought it ready-built unless you build it second-hand, as they don't sell them as a ready-to-roll kit. So you have got to build this yourself, which is what I did. But when you build this bit goes on at the very start of the kit. So it's a long time ago since I put this on. The screws that are underneath here are about this long. They're quite big. They go all the way through to underneath of that nose. What they do is, if I can just focus in here, you'll just see that this is where the sway bar, if you've got the SS kit, the sway bar mounting brackets are just here. The screw that holds this bottom plate on goes straight through those sway bar brackets. So when you take the screw out, obviously it drops. Take the top screws out, lift up the front, the whole thing comes down, which is fine. But what will happen is the sway bar mounting plates inside there will come loose. And when they come loose, obviously the screw drops out, you can't see them. When you put the screw back through at the bottom, it's going to be very lucky if you manage to get the screw back through and back through the sway bar positions. So what I also had was just a hole punch or a hole marking tool, or whatever you want to call this thing, just so you can put it through from the top. Then you can put it through both holes, hold the sway bar in place while you put the screw through. You can use it just to move it around slightly, just to make sure the screw goes through. Once it's in place, just bolt it straight through, it's absolutely fine. 2 screws at the top are absolutely no problem whatsoever. So taking off that front nose is probably a good job, just to make sure you don't have to worry about taking it off later. Eagle-eyed will see there's a cable tie on here. The reason I do that is just purely because this front piece without the cable tie moves around, and you've got a bit of wind, or you've got a bit of turbulence when you're driving around, it lifts. And if it lifts, it just doesn't look particularly great. So what I've done is put a cable tie through. It's a little bit fiddly, but if you can do it, you can fish it through the bottom here as well, on both sides. So to be honest with you, you can get that in. Obviously it doesn't really notice on the black kit as much as it would do on a coloured one, but you can get various different kind of cable ties. But that goes through, and it just means it just holds it in place, and it looks really nice. So yeah, just zooming back into that, that's what it looks like, guys. Just a bit odd really that GTB Racing have decided to put their logo upside down. Maybe it's a product, like I say, they want to show it off when you're on the roof. Survive the crash, this is what you buy. But apart from that, really good product, robust, nice looking, and going to give a lot more strength, I think, to that front section. So yeah, really good. One thing I haven't mentioned in the previous videos is that when I was building the car, I bought this stand. It's Nuo fan from Amazon. It wasn't very expensive. It was about 12 quid. Comes with a magnetic tray as well, which is quite handy when you're building the car, because you can keep all your bolts and screws in there and they don't disappear anywhere. But it's actually really handy when you finish building the car, because you can just literally take the wheels off off what you're standing on. So if you're doing some work like I've just done today, you can make sure you keep it up a little bit when you're doing the work. It is adjustable, so you can heighten it and lower it. and it will take the weight of the back of the car, obviously with the engine in place as well. The one thing I will say, when you're building the kit with it, you do have to be a little bit careful, because obviously as the kit becomes further and further advanced, the weight really sits at the back once the engine's in, and once you've got the diff in place. So putting this thing in the middle doesn't work. You have to have it set to one side. It can be a little bit cumbersome because of the physical length of the car. So I guess if you were using them to build the model, if I was doing it again second time round, I'd probably buy two, one for the front, one for the back. But yeah, so it's Neurofan, Amazon, about $12.99, very well worth buying. But yeah, so that's today's job, guys. The blacked-out kit is looking to look really nice now. Roof guard, black bodywork, and today's job, the front skid plate. We'll keep that one spare. If we're going to do any off-road bashing, then I'll probably put that back on, just so that this one doesn't get completely and utterly destroyed. But yeah, general use, I think it looks okay. Final comment though, GTB Racing, someone please hit me up. Why have you put the logo upside down? Any comments, as usual, drop me a note. But still waiting for the rear sway bar brackets to arrive. So what I am going to be doing next, and I've ordered these now, is I'm going to be replacing, just zoom in, I'm going to be replacing these rear sway bar mounts here and here. Every single time I run the car, said it in the previous video, they just come off. Well, they don't come off, the sway bar comes out. These aren't strong enough to hold it in place. So I've bought some metal pieces from the same company, actually, that I think it's the same company that I bought the roof from. They actually sell them. There's two mounting plates. I've got some red ones and some silver ones. They don't do them in black, annoyingly, but yeah, red and silver. So I'm going to see which one looks the best when they arrive. So I'll do a quick video to show that. Hopefully it'll be a straightforward job, but that's the next job. But yeah, everything else coming along really nicely. So for those who've been following will know, but got the black alloy rear wing, the roof guard to protect the spark plug, the black roof, which was the last video, and I have managed to find the bolts now, having lost those lugs through. Smoked out black windows, black body kit, and the black front. Okay, see you again, guys.